By 1225, Genghis Khan had created an empire stretching from the Caspian Sea to the Pacific. He had unified the Mongols and launched conquests that reshaped continents. But even the greatest conqueror faces his final chapter. His final campaign was against the Western Xia Dynasty, whom he had previously subdued. This would be his last great military endeavor, a final testament to his unwavering resolve. The campaign was a series of swift victories. City after city fell. The Jin dynasty, their old enemies, even offered alliance against the Mongols. But Genghis Khan dismissed them, focused on his final target. They had refused to send troops for the Khwarezmian War and were now openly rebelling. Genghis Khan, though aging, was determined to crush this defiance. With his life force seemingly ebbing away, he summoned his closest allies and confidants, preparing to pass on his final orders. For his enemies, it was a moment of anticipation. Genghis Khan embodied the spirit of resilience, determination, and an unwavering commitment to his vision. Among them were his eldest son, Joki, the embodiment of Genghis's early adventures, and Ogadai, the young prince groomed for leadership. To them, he entrusted the continuation of his dream, urging them to complete the Western Xia campaign and expand the empire further. He spoke of unity, reminding them of the internal conflicts that threatened to tear the empire apart. This enigmatic burial site has become a thing of legend, adding another layer of intrigue to the already fascinating life of Genghis Khan. And above all, he emphasized the importance of legacy, urging them to honor his memory by taking the empire to new heights. His life may have ended. Some enemies reveled in their leader's demise, seeing it as a chance to break free from Mongol rule. Others, recognizing the strategic brilliance of Genghis Khan, felt a sense of foreboding, anticipating the challenges that lay ahead under his successor, grappled with the weight of their father's legacy, but of ideas, systems, and values that outlived their creator. Each of them, shaped by different experiences and with unique aspiration. His was a life well lived, a journey marked by challenges, triumphs, and an unwavering pursuit of his vision. And although his physical presence was missed, his spirit lived on, guiding, inspiring, and uniting the Mongol people even in his absence. The stakes were high, for the successor would inherit a realm that stretched from the Pacific to Eastern Europe. Under his guidance, the empire would continue to thrive, albeit with new challenges and triumphs. The Mongol people, known for their resilience and adaptability, started to look beyond the shadow of their great leader. Divisions emerged, alliances were tested, and rivalries flared up. Despite pleas for mercy, the city was to be completely destroyed, a grim testament to the Mongols' thirst for retribution. The question was, would this new leader be able to match the legendary feats of Genghis Khan? Only time would tell. The absence of Genghis Khan, whose strong leadership had once held everything together, left a void that seemed impossible to fill. They began to seek a new beacon of hope, someone who could carry the torch of the empire forward. As they gathered to pay their respects, the seeds of both unity, the task of maintaining unity, order, and expansion across such a vast and diverse territory was daunting. The passing of Genghis Khan didn't just mark the end of a life, it symbolized a pivotal moment in history, a transition that would redefine the very essence of the Mongol Empire. The vast territories stretching from the Pacific to Eastern Europe held their breath, wondering how this new chapter would unfold. The Western Xia capital, once proud and defiant, now lay in ruins, razed to the ground as if it had never existed. This decisive act served as a powerful reminder of the consequences of challenging the Mongol Empire, and the unwavering resolve of its leaders. His teachings, strategies, and administrative reforms continued to resonate throughout the empire, shaping its trajectory for years to come. Through tales of bravery, conquest, and the complexities of empire building, his journey from a young warrior to a legendary leader continues to captivate. The system he put in place for governing the vast territories, the legal code he established, and the religious tolerance he promoted became cornerstones of the Mongol way of life. In the end, he laid down his burden, leaving them to navigate the complexities of statecraft and war. The answer would not come easily, for the selection process was fraught with challenges. Intrigue and a struggle for power and division were sown, setting the stage for a complex power struggle that would shape the future of the empire. Genghis Khan's final moments were not marked by the trappings of royalty, but by the simplicity of family and duty. There were no lavish displays, only the quiet weight of expectations and the love of a father for his sons. But the story of Genghis Khan, as he breathed his last, a deep secret was born. For those who had known him, his absence created a void, a gaping hole in their lives and in the fabric of their society. But as the great Khan prepared to meet his end, He left behind a legacy that would outlive him. From the bustling bazaars of Karakoram to the rugged battlefields of northern Asia, people mourned the loss of their leader. These last-minute instructions were not just about transferring power. They were about securing the future of a legacy. The place of his burial remained unknown, a mystery designed to ensure the sanctity of his final resting place. The Mongol emperor who changed the course of history continues to live on, reminding us that even in the face of mortality, the human spirit can triumph. Believing that the Mongol Empire might falter without its iron-fisted leader, he entrusted his empire, his unfinished campaigns, and the future of the Mongol nation to his capable sons and loyal generals. In 1226, Genghis Khan, now in his mid-60s, personally led his army into Western Xia, and it became evident that his time was drawing near. Yet even in the face of mortality, he remained resolute, issuing his final directives and ensuring that his empire would endure. As his forces pushed forward, the once invincible Khan grew weary. His thoughts were not of personal survival, but of the greater good of his people and his empire. Even as death approached, he demonstrated courage, wisdom, and a profound sense of duty. During this final campaign, the exact cause remains debated, but Genghis Khan fell ill, or perhaps suffered an injury. To inspire awe and respect even in the face of death, his health rapidly deteriorated, a stark contrast to his indomitable spirit. Genghis Khan is remembered not only as a ruthless warrior, but also as a visionary leader. Genghis Khan's condition worsened. Confined to his tent, he struggled not only with physical pain, but also existential thoughts. His empire, once a symbol of invincibility, now teetered on the edge of uncertainty. And yet, Khan faced his mortality with the same courage he displayed in battle. A brilliant strategist and a unifier of nations, his contributions to the Mongol Empire, both in its expansion and its administration, are monumental. But perhaps his greatest legacy lies in his ability to inspire awe and respect even in the face of death. It tested not just his physical endurance, but also his mental fortitude. Yet even as his body grew weaker, his mind remained sharp. He continued to issue commands, devise strategies, and inspire his troops, proving that his strength wasn't solely defined by his physical prowess. Amidst this unexpected setback, Genghis Khan's strategic brilliance shone. Despite his physical struggles, he orchestrated a series of tactical maneuvers that ensured his army's dominance. As his illness continued to weaken him, Khan demonstrated remarkable tenacity, refusing to succumb to despair or allow his enemies to gain the upper hand. While the specifics of his ailment remained shrouded in mystery, it was clear that this was no ordinary challenge. Determined to fulfill his lifelong ambitions, Genghis Khan pressed on, ensuring his legacy as a brilliant strategist and unwavering leader. However, as fate would have it, this prolonged confrontation took a heavy toll on his health, accelerating his decline. Despite the pain and weakness, Genghis Khan refused to retreat. He knew that backing down was not an option. Genghis Khan's illness continued to worsen. The news of Genghis Khan's deteriorating health sent shockwaves across the known world. In the annals of history, through his final moments, as the summer of 1227 waned, he summoned his sons and most trusted generals to his bedside. It was a solemn oath, a father's last will and testament to his heirs. He guided them, he inspired them, he cautioned them. According to legend, every individual involved in burying the Khan was subsequently eliminated, leaving no living soul to reveal the secret. News of the great Khan's passing spread like wildfire across the vast Mongol Empire, sending ripples of shock and uncertainty through its diverse peoples. Among his sons, there was a mix of grief and ambition. Meanwhile, across the empire's borders, reactions were mixed. As the empire stood on the cusp of change, the entire world seemed to hold its breath, unsure of what lay ahead. But Genghis Khan's influence didn't end with his death, and so the story of Genghis Khan, the legendary Mongol emperor, becomes a tale not just of conquest and power. Despite the deep sorrow caused by his passing, the Mongol Empire pressed on under the stewardship of his successor. Now, amidst the weight of this legacy, one question echoed across the empire. Who would step into the mighty shoes of Genghis Khan? As the empire mourned the loss of its founder, it also braced for the emergence of a new leader. However, as the empire began to heal, the focus shifted to the future. This period of transition tested the strength and unity of the Mongol Empire. It was a time when internal conflicts threatened to overshadow the empire's achievements. Yet amidst these challenges, a new leader finally emerged. In the aftermath of Genghis Khan's passing, the Western Xia capital, once a symbol of defiance, now faced its final reckoning. As the empire carried out its final orders, a chilling sight awaited. Thus, the legacy of Genghis Khan, the story of the Mongol ruler who changed the course of history, lives on. What do you think? Leave a comment below. Let's discuss. That's all for today. See you next time.